I was told you were coming.
A slayer.
I'm self-stuck, rather like a cork in a bottle.
My ascension is almost here.
Jeez.
I don't like vampires. I'm gonna take a stand and say they're not good.
No way to count on
It's fucking
I
fantastic.
love that sound.
you. The ice cream bar's this way.
Huh. Well,
Did you do yours wrong or something?
I did. I had bottle cap dysfunction right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
And I'm not sorry. So, here we are again, Rex. Two fully grown men recording a podcast shamelessly about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Teenage drama, specifically about demons and vampires and puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said puppets.
I thought I remembered this episode. I didn't remember this episode.
I did not either.
I think there's a twist in this.
What a twist!
There's a twist in this episode. I want to say, I don't want, in any of our discussion before the twist, Josh, I don't want to discuss anything after the twist.
Yeah, I agree.
Because my notes pertain before the twist.
Yes.
And
no internal spoilers.
yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Fair enough. All internal spoilers will be edited out. Or not said in the first place. Thank you very much.
So what's the name of this episode again?
The Puppet Show.
The Puppet Show.
Which I personally thought, and it's episode number 9 of season 1, which for those of you following along should be exactly the same as our current episode number.
Yes.
I personally thought it should have been called The Talent Show,
Yeah.
but they didn't. Meh.
We totally forgot to introduce ourselves.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh,
I'm Rex.
and this is another episode of Beer with Buffy.
Welcome.
Now get the fuck out. No.
No.
Y'all come back now.
No, don't
Don't
tell them to leave.
Don't listen to me. I mean, listen to me. You should.
But don't listen to him.
Nobody ever
Listen
said,
to what he's saying, but don't do what he says.
Nobody ever said take me seriously. Okay.
Well, no one here takes you seriously.
I know. You just described my entire hometown.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gosh, thanks.
I'm in the same fucking boat.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So the episode cold opens to the talent show.
Wait, I think we're forgetting something.
What's that? Oh, the
wait.
mom synopsis.
I was going to say I'll wait for it.
We didn't do the mom synopsis last episode. We totally forgot.
Yeah, we completely did, and I apologize. We left y'all hanging high and dry.
I doubt there are any fans of the mom synopsis.
Crying yourselves to sleep because he said, "Oh my God, Josh did an episode of Beer with Buffy and he didn't do the mom synopsis. He didn't even do the voice. What's wrong with you?" And every time I do it, I just think of George's mom from Seinfeld.
Yeah, definitely.
You're treating your body like it's an amusement park, George. What are you doing?
I've known you for 7 years, and you've been doing this voice for as long as I've known you, and it never stops being funny.
Which is good.
Okay, so joking aside,
Really?
which is no.
Go on.
What's the mom synopsis, Josh?
Well, hello there, Joshua. What's going on? I was busy cooking lasagna. I missed the first 25 minutes of the episode. Tell me what's happening. For fuck's sake. Okay, well, it looks like it's in a theater or something. You like theater, don't you, Joshua? Yeah, Mom. I guess I do. Thanks for noticing. So is the dummy alive? Is he just speaking for the dummy? What's happening? Yes, Mom. Yes, yes. The dummy is alive. and it's killing people, and then they find no internal spoilers, so there's a dummy, and something's killing people. Is it the dummy? Dun dun dun. Okay, Joshua.
I have an important question for you.
Yes.
Can your mom even make lasagna?
It was frozen.
I can't imagine your mom actually cooking.
You know, she's probably tried making it from scratch at some point in her life.
Is this from me? I must be ready. I need my strength. Give me more! Nights I shall walk in the earth. Hold on. You've got something in your eye.
So on to the episode. On to the actual episode.
Yeah,
It cold opens to rehearsal at the talent show.
it does.
And specifically to Cordy singing awfully.
Wait, wasn't there a bad magician first?
It opens with Cordy singing.
Opens
because
with
that was
Cordy.
the very first note I made was, thank God she was not on the show anymore during Once More with Feeling.
Definitely.
Because I don't think that she was pretending to sing badly.
I was going to say, I don't think it's really not that difficult to pretend to sing badly, which I think is what Buffy was doing in the Witch Hunt episode when she was singing Macho Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Macho Man, which was cute, but bad.
But Cordy. Oh my God, Cordy.
That was just bad.
So, poor Giles has been roped in to heading the talent show.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there are not very many talented people in Sunnydale High.
No. And nobody that has a fucking clue how to run a show, it turns out.
No. Do they not have a theater department?
Absolutely none.
This would fall under theater department, right?
It would. Normally. They have a fucking Olympian level goddamn cheerleader team.
Yeah, seriously. But no fucking theater department.
They've got a dodgeball gym teacher who gets hard-ons over dodgeball, but God forbid we have one person in the building
I totally forgot
who
about
understands how to run the most simple of shows.
Yeah. Oh,
Even though they
man.
have a pretty decent auditorium. Like, it's better than no auditorium. Some schools just have, like, we can just use the cafeteria.
So poor Giles is stuck doing this, and the Scooby Gang shows up, and they're making fun of him for being roped into it.
Yeah.
And we get the first hint of the new principal, Principal Snyder.
Quark!
And then he shows up.
Quark! Quark, 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 quark. 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 He gives us the rules of acquisition, and then Odo comes in and he's like, what are you doing? And...
That is not what happens.
Oh, shit, wrong show. God damn it.
He's played by Armin Shimmerman, who is, I think, an extremely underrated actor, and he fucking takes it away.
He sure does.
Oh my God. He's so much better of an actor than the dude who played Principal Flutie.
So welcome to have Snyder after Flutie. You know, my memories of Snyder are like, wow, what a dickbag. Man, he's such a pain in the ass. Why can't he just leave Buffy and them alone?
He's such a bastard.
He's such a bastard. But now I'm just like, yes, he's such a bastard.
He is.
I love it.
And that actually comes to my very first quote that I wrote down, is one of the very first things that he even says. Mm-hmm. And it goes... My predecessor, Mr. Flutie, may have gone in for all that touchy-feely relating nonsense.
Stealing my quotes again.
But he was eaten. You're in my world now. And Sunnydale has had enough touch and has been touched and felt for the last time. I probably fucked that up.
Ooh, that was rough.
Yeah, that was rough.
You got through it. We got through it,
I'm not
everybody.
an actor.
We got through it. It's okay.
Fuck you. I'm not an actor. But his delivery is fucking perfect. His tone, like, you believe it.
Oh, yeah.
And he, like...
Oh, I believed.
The distaste that he shows for these students just kind of flows right off him, as you would hope that it would for this kind of character.
Absolutely.
It's phenomenal.
So, yeah, we have this fun little moment where the kids are all giving Giles shit because they're like, how the fuck did you get this gig? And I'm like, thank God, I was just thinking the same thing. And he's like, well, the least you could have done was help out or at least participate. Not necessarily in that order. And they're like, yeah, whatever, fuck you, Giles. And they walk away. And this is where we get Snyder. He walks in and immediately, like, he overheard everything because apparently every teacher in this goddamn building has a direct line into everything these 3 particular students ever do or say.
Well, on another show, he has really big ears, so maybe it just kind of carried over.
He does. I feel like it's an improvement. I'm glad he went all in on the ear surgery.
He sentences the Scoobies to performing in the talent show as punishment.
Yeah, instead of detention, which even Xander is like, I mean...
Xander's response to that is like, what's wrong with corporal punishment? Like, you almost expect him to be like, slap me with a ruler or something instead.
Nope.
But they're all 3 of them are stunned, which is, they play off great. But did you catch Giles's face when Buffy slumps down next to him in the seat? He has this little, like tiniest of smirks.
Like nothing could have made him happier.
Like nothing could have made him happier.
I don't think I noticed it on the conscious level, but yeah, that seems like something I absorbed somewhere.
And he doesn't even say anything to them. He just continues on his duty of dealing with the talent show.
Yeah, it was probably my left armpit that picked that up. It's very absorbent. Opening sequence. Oh, wait, no. So Real quick, they cut to the locker room, and then we get one of those little creepy scenes where the camera's doing the run-along follow
But specifically,
thing.
though, when Snyder leaves the scene, he specifically leaves out with something along the lines of, this BS won't happen on my watch anymore.
Yeah.
And then immediately it cuts to a woman in the locker room screaming, and she screams damn well. And then we hear, I will be flesh.
Yes.
It's hard for me to say anything cool or witty or at all. I can usually make a few vowel sounds and then I have to go away.
I don't mean to interrupt your downward mobility.
Yeah, you're the Slayer
I
and
just wanted to
we're
tell
like the Slayerettes.
Oh, please.
And then it cuts to the opening credits. So after the opening credits, we get to see the Scooby Gang rehearsing a dramatic scene.
Poorly.
Very poorly.
And then they talk about it, and apparently Xander's just far too good to do a dramatic scene. He couldn't possibly be caught dead doing that. He's got too much self-respect, apparently. Not too much self-respect to disrespect women constantly, specifically the ones that are close to him.
I will say this. We don't see Nice Guy Xander once in this entire episode.
Yeah, I did not notice any instances
is it refreshing.
of that either. Yeah.
He's
So
a bit
good.
whiny, but that's fine. He's a high school student.
Right.
But he actually, here he specifically says, I can't do this. I have my pride, okay? And then, of course, Buffy and Willow are looking at him like a deer in headlights. He's like, okay, I don't have a lot of pride, but I have enough to not be able to do this.
Yes, that sounds accurate. And I thought it worth noting just how cute Willow was when they tried to put her on the spot for playing the piano, and then they sing along to that. She was like,
yes.
Oh, I can't play the piano in front of people. Something like that. I don't know, it's just fucking adorable.
And then we get introduced to the puppet.
The puppet.
So what's that kid's name? Morgan. Morgan comes out, and he's got a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
And he starts off doing a really awful act.
Uh-huh.
And
Which, had he done it on purpose, it would have been a brilliant act.
Yes. But as we learn later, the puppet is animated.
Yes.
And kind of alive.
Yes.
And it starts talking in a voice that is definitely not Morgan doing it.
Yeah. I think they were going for like this 40s mobster kind of stereotypical bullshit.
And I actually looked up the voice actor because the voice sounded familiar to me. I looked up the voice actor, and I don't specifically know his voice from anywhere, but the dude is prolific as fuck. He had easily 50 different animes under his belt.
Oh, damn.
And animated shows, live TV like this and everything. Like, dude's talented. And the voice works really fucking well. I think he does a great job.
I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And I enjoyed the fact that he's playing off the perverted dummy act.
Oh, yeah. They totally went for that trope. That never would have flown in any high school.
Oh, God, no.
Even though it was a very welcome change to all the other bullshit that was going on. Thank God, something that's actually entertaining.
Yes. But he starts hitting on Buffy and Willow, and it's fantastic because obviously they don't know that it's the puppet and it's not Morgan, so they're like ripping into Morgan about him being sleazy as fuck. And like his expression is like, "Oh my God, it's the puppet. It's not me," but he's too afraid to say that it's the puppet and that it's not him.
And then later he really strongly alludes, like he practically tells them that the dummy is alive.
Yeah.
And just nobody picks up on it. Nobody even is like, "Oh wow, you're disturbed."
Yeah. And it happens very quickly. Like him coming off as disturbed happens very fast.
Very. Yes.
A little too abrupt in my opinion, but
which, yeah, we can pick up on that again later. There's definitely a couple more scenes where, his attachment to the dummy gets a little more awkward and unhealthy.
Yeah.
As the episode progresses. So anyway, I wrote down a couple Snyder quotes.
There's so many good ones. Everything he says is gold.
So he walks into the theater with Giles. He says, "Now I know Flutie would have said kids need understanding, kids are human beings. That's the kind of lily-headed liberal thinking that leads to getting eaten." And Giles is like, "Well, I think it was a bit more complicated than that." And then he says some more stuff that's gold. I could have just written the whole fucking scene down. But,
oh man, every bit that he is on camera in this episode is just fantastic.
Pure gold. And then a separate quote, which, whatever, he wraps it up with, "Kids, I don't like them. From now on, you're going to see a different, very different Sunnydale High. Tight ship, clean, orderly, and quiet."
And then immediately when he says quiet, we go to a scream in the locker room as they found the body.
Yes. So it wasn't her screaming, somebody screaming at her.
The number one thing I noticed is Snyder is already a better principal. He called the police!
Right? At least we finally have some fucking police presence. I mean, as we noticed...
They took the body out and everything!
Yeah, as we noticed several episodes, these police are completely incompetent. Their crowd control is shit.
It obviously must have been Flutie. He never called the police.
Right?
He never called the police because
Not
Snyder
once.
Obviously did.
Yeah. Immediately.
And so we find out that the woman who was attacked, her heart was cut out and missing.
Yeah, and apparently they're bagging the knife where they can see it from the hallway.
Yeah. And there's no blood on the blade.
Bit unprofessional.
Just a little on the handle.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was just a little... It wasn't nearly enough blood.
No. Not for, hey, you cut out a heart.
A fucking heart. It's like, that's where the blood comes from. Nah.
And it is a big-ass kitchen knife.
Yeah, it was
like,
just, I mean...
nearly comically sized kitchen knife. But I wrote down another line that Buffy delivers here. Because Giles steps out of the police tape, which why the fuck was he allowed back there in the first place?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was a teacher there. He's on staff.
I guess, but like they wouldn't let him in the crime scene for fuck's sake.
He's British, god damn it.
He might be like Sherlock Holmes. But Buffy says to him, like when he mentions the heart being torn out, she says, "Does that mean anything to you? I mean, besides And so they decide that It must have been one of the students in the talent show.
So Willow says, so she was killed by a regular old human person? Yes, Willow, as opposed to all those non-human persons and all those non-person humans. Hey, cats are people too, all right?
They are.
They are.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Some people would argue that dogs are as well.
I'm a firm believer in that too.
But they're just wrong.
I'm a dog person, you're a cat person, we know this. No, don't do that ever. Ever. Stop it. I'm going to throw my beer at you. I don't want to waste the beer.
Hey, got your steak. Hey, got your steak.
Anyway, so they decide that it must have been one of the kids in the talent show that killed him.
Briefly. And then Buffy's like, hey, remember the Hellmouth? Like, did anybody forget about the Hellmouth?
Yeah, I have notes on that later.
Okay.
But, so they decide they're going to interview all the other kids in the talent show.
Yeah. And I just wrote, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Regarding the Hellmouth thing. Anyway.
The big thing, though, that I took away from them interviewing all the other students is, why the hell was Xander picked to interview Cordy? Did he draw the short straw?
I think it's because he's the only other person quite as self-absorbed as she is, just in other ways.
I guess. But, like, he even later makes mention of, that was bad, I don't want to do that again.
He does. He has a beautiful quote about that, but while it was happening, all I could think was, wow, that's so narcissistic of her. But I was only just, like, I want to say last episode, accusing Xander of being so narcissistic.
Yeah.
Which he was.
Yeah, because her whole bit that he's picking up from her when he's asked her about what's happening is how it affects her.
Yeah. All I can think is, it could have been me.
And she's like, Emma was such a dear friend of mine. Her name was Emily.
Yes. That was, yeah.
However am I going to go on?
Which I've known a person that died, and then there was somebody else in the community who did exactly that, and it was disgusting. They're like, oh,
very much so.
I didn't realize I had made such a splash in that community that everybody's so upset that he's dead. I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Wow. So that's real shit. People actually do that.
Yeah, and it's fucking awful.
It's disgusting.
And Cordy, she plays it off well.
Yeah.
And she's an awful person in this entire episode, and thank God she's back. So they all the students basically point the finger at Morgan as being weird.
Including Giles.
And when Buffy talks to him, he's weird. Like he is practically screaming at Buffy, this puppet is alive!
Right? Well, she fucking walks in on him having an argument with the puppet from across the room.
And he's like, oh, I'm just practicing throwing my voice.
I mean, it was a decent cover.
I guess, but damn. Just damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
I loved how they kept setting up the puppet so that its head was slightly moved from the last time you saw it.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that where it's changed positions during a scene cut or something. It's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
It's a very subtle thing they did, and it honestly took me a bit to even notice that it was happening.
Yeah.
But it added to the creep factor of that puppet phenomenally.
Yeah, the one that really got me was when Morgan's putting it away in the box, and he very clearly positioned the head so that its eyes were facing straight up. And they cut away, and Buffy's like, I'm sorry if I upset you. And he's like, no, I'm fine. It's him. And then they cut back to him closing the box, and his head is very clearly turned out and making eye contact with Buffy.
I didn't fucking notice that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm so upset I didn't notice that.
Oh, it gave me the willies legit, man. I was like,
damn, I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Well, that's why I did, I guess. So,
But yeah, at this point they're like, this kid's off his rocker.
So they have a little powwow in the library.
Yep.
So that's where we find out that Giles also thinks it's Morgan. And then he talks about how, what's his name? Snyder is got his head way up their ass. And he's like, well, and you, Buffy, as the Slayer, can't afford that kind of interference. And so,
right, because Buffy is like, well, we can't do the talent show now. And of course, the whole Scooby Gang's like, no, we can't possibly do the talent show now.
And I loved his little adage. He was like, well, I'm afraid the show must go on. It's like, nice. Not that anybody knows shit about show business in this room right now.
Definitely not. So Buffy goes to check Morgan's locker.
Yeah, she does.
And this is a great scene all around. Because she goes to the locker.
Or dumb.
Yes.
Okay.
She goes to the locker, and as she walks past this door, the door creaks open. And the camera switches so it's looking at her from the door. Very low to the ground.
Approximately
and
the height.
she turns and looks behind her, but doesn't look at the door.
Doesn't even think about going in and inspecting why the fuck this door popped open.
Doesn't even acknowledge
Right
that the
now.
door exists at all. And then walks up to Morgan's locker. And there's this funny bit where she's like, to the right, to the left, and then just punches
Pops it open.
the lock and just blasts open the locker.
Yeah, and for a moment I was like, there's no way. Oh, wait, no, actually that probably would work.
Yeah, I think it actually would.
Yeah.
You just, you have to be really fucking strong to do it.
Or have a sledgehammer.
Exactly.
Whichever.
So as soon as she opens the locker, Snyder shows up.
Of course.
And he's like, what the hell are you doing at school still?
Oh, just breaking into other kids' lockers.
And he has perfectly valid reasons for being irritated with her right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she's a troublemaker.
Well,
she's at school after
school's
hours.
Fucking closed.
But he doesn't escort her out.
And
or
he
anything,
must have
really.
been close enough to at least hear her hit that locker.
Yeah.
That was my...
And, he doesn't look at the locker to notice that the fucking lock is broken.
Nope.
But my favorite part about this whole thing is she's like, oh, I just needed to get something for my friend. And the camera moves in such a way, and you see her open the dummy's box that's in the locker.
Yeah.
Two important things. One, that box would not fit in that fucking locker.
No, that was way too big for a high school fucking locker.
And two, they specifically do not show what's in the locker from a wide view. And when they cut to showing the box in the locker, it's a very close-up view. So they obviously knew it couldn't have fit in the fucking locker.
Yep.
So they had to shoot it in a really awkward, weird-ass way to make it work.
Well, it's just like when we saw the science teacher in the fucking refrigerator.
Yeah. It's like there's... Come on. You guys are professionals.
They have a specialized team of let's come up with impossible spaces to put things.
Yes, apparently. No one checks them on that shit. They're like, no, guys, this doesn't fit in the locker.
Why bother?
But no, my favorite part about the whole thing, first off, Snyder doesn't escort her out or anything like that. But both her and Snyder leave the locker. And then we see Morgan and the dummy crouched down on the floor behind the door.
Just watching.
My favorite part about this, though, is that up to this point, I felt that the camera view that it was showing when it was close to the ground was the dummy.
Yeah.
But Morgan's there, so that means the dummy wasn't walking around. So maybe earlier, the low ground camera view was also Morgan. And that just makes me laugh harder.
Huh.
Maybe that kid is extra creepy because he's walking around making the dummy steps or something like that.
You mean besides me? No, I didn't ask. You mean besides me? Do you believe? I didn't ask. We have to achieve our dreams, otherwise we wither and die. We're going to the other cool place in Sunnydale.
Next scene is Buffy's mom's house, or Buffy's house. I mean, not a whole lot happened.
Right.
I mean, a couple things happen. So Buffy tells her mom not to come to the talent show, even though she's trying to be supportive and like, no, I want to come see your big fancy debut or something. And she's like, she's like, are you stressed? Is everything okay, Buffy? Well, no, I have a lot of things going on, Mom. Just leave me alone. Please, for the love of God, don't come to my show. It's embarrassing and I don't want anything to do with it. And I'm like, yeah, seriously, just listen to her, please. Literally, just, that's not a big thing to ask.
Your kid doesn't want you there. Your kid obviously doesn't want to fucking do the talent show.
Uh-huh.
Like, honestly, the mother's response should be going to the fucking principal and saying, my kid doesn't want to do the talent show. You're not making her do the talent show.
Yeah, absolutely. So she's trying to do this supportive thing, but she's really just getting in the way more. And then then Buffy brings something up, basically telling her that she has anxiety. And her mom's like, well, just get some sleep and you'll feel better in the morning. Oh, yeah, because sleep fixes anxiety.
Yes. Yes, it does.
That's exactly what fixes it every time for me. Thanks, Mom.
And so Buffy lays down, and when she turns off the light, we see that the puppet is outside her window.
Yep.
And the puppet comes in and, like, pounces on her.
Like a cat.
Like a cat. And she screams, and Buffy's mom runs into the room.
In like 0.03 seconds.
Like she was standing outside that door.
But apparently Buffy ran and got her because she's like, I'm sorry I woke you up, Mom. She's like, oh, don't worry, I was dreaming about bills. I was like, yeah, okay.
And so Buffy's like, there's something here, and checks her room, and there's nothing there. But lo and behold, the window's open, and Buffy's mom is like, you shouldn't sleep with the window open, honey. And Buffy's like, I wasn't.
I didn't.
And then
shouldn't fall asleep with the window open. Yeah.
Cut to the next scene. They're at the talent show rehearsal again.
Uh-huh. My first note was, can we talk about this awful fucking magician? Why are you even...
He's so bad.
Why are you even trying?
But then we get to... Yeah. My favorite bit in this whole scene, though...
Giles.
...is Giles and Cordy. Because Cordy is bitching about the...
I can't possibly go on after that band. Nobody's going to be in the mood for my sappy song after all that rock and roll.
And he's like, well, this is how it works because then we have to clear off the equipment and everything. And then he just stops talking and like stares at her. And she's like, what is it? And he like motions to her hair and doesn't really say anything. She's like, is it my hair? And she like checks her hair. She's like, oh no. And wanders off, and he like pointedly looks at the camera and smiles, and he says, Xander was right, worked like a charm. And I just have to say,
God bless you, Giles.
How amazing was it that he was taking advice from Xander?
Or I mean, how amazing is it that Xander knew anything about a woman?
Obviously he knows how to deal with Cordy.
Yeah.
He does it the most out of anybody.
He knows how to deal with them negatively. He knows how to get them to go away when he wants them to. Just not when he doesn't want them to, apparently.
So this is when Buffy comes in with the rest of the Scooby Gang, and she's telling them what's going on. She's obviously embarrassed about what's going on, and she's like...
I got her line. She says, okay, everyone look at me like I'm in a bunny suit, because that's how stupid I feel saying this. And frankly, I take personal offense to that, because I once spent a day walking around my high school literally in a bunny suit.
This explains a lot.
I was directing the play Harvey, and it was my way of advertising. It's about an invisible rabbit. I thought it was funny. Fuck you for judging me.
But anyway, I want to point out here. I want to point out here again, for the millionth time, that Buffy is right, and people need to stop not listening to her.
Oh yeah, that 3 times is a pattern. Absolutely, it might be more than 3.
Like twice in this episode. Because immediately they're like, oh, it's a regular person cutting out people's hearts. And she's like, dude, we're on the Hellmouth. Weird shit. And then weird shit starts happening. And then she's like, weird shit. And they're like, no, it's probably not weird shit.
And, well, Giles, to be fair, he comes around and he says, well, maybe it's a demon.
Yeah.
Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I guess that's better than not a demon.
And he specifically says there's these types of demons that they come in sevens, and they have to cut out hearts and brains to remain human-like.
Does he say that while they're sitting there in the theater?
Yes,
okay.
he does.
Yeah, I was going to say I feel like he does.
He very briefly summarizes that.
Yeah. It's like, well, just to make you feel better, Buffy, I was doing some research and thing about the demon.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they still, like, obviously don't believe her that the fucking puppet is alive.
Right.
And she has not been wrong yet that I remember at all. What the fuck is their problem not listening to her?
Right? This is starting to turn into Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Very much so.
Woo! Oh, come now, Buffy.
All right, before we go to the next scene, I need another beer.
Hey, got your steak. Hey, got your steak.
So we cut to the classroom, one of Buffy's actual classes for a change. We don't get to see that very often outside of science class. Morgan's got his fucking dummy on his lap.
Why did the teacher ever let him just have it there?
Seriously.
And she is being so subtle at just staring fucking daggers at it.
Just fuck-a-doodle-doo.
Buffy, you were way better at this than this.
Yeah.
Like, stop staring at the thing.
So the puppet cranes its neck 180 and in the middle of fucking class.
In the middle of class.
Even Cordelia notices.
Yeah, seriously. She notices, and specifically, she's like, oh, it looks like someone has a crush on you. Obviously talking about Morgan having a crush.
I know. I think she was trying to make a bad joke about the puppet.
Maybe both.
Irregardless, Rex.
Oh, why do you use that word?
Because it makes you unhappy.
It's not a fucking word. It's regardless.
Actually, they did add it to the dictionary.
No, fuck you.
So
I deny that.
So the teacher takes the dummy. When she takes the dummy, the look on his face, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah,
because I couldn't tell if he was about to cry from separation anxiety or fear. Either way, it was bad.
Yeah. At this point in the episode, the kid looks like he's strung the fuck out.
He does.
His eyes are bloodshot.
His face is flushed.
Yeah, his face is flushed.
Or not, flushed means red, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He was white as a fucking ghost.
He's splotchy as fuck.
Yeah, in the next
scene,
scene...
He looks like he has been drugged out.
He looks like he's having crack withdrawals.
Yeah, like he's shaky.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, something is fucking wrong with this kid.
Definitely.
At this point, we don't know what's wrong with him, but I was thinking, like, is the, like, puppet sucking away his life force or something like that?
Something like that.
And they that's how it plays the whole way through.
And everybody's giving him way too much credit on his voice throwing abilities.
Yeah. And so the teacher opens the cupboard and the dummy is gone.
Yep.
And immediately cut to the library where Xander stole the dummy. Which, is dumb considering what Buffy has been saying.
Absolutely.
But if Buffy is wrong, which we've established she never is,
right?
He's actually being very clever here in that he says, you needed to be able to talk to Morgan without the dummy.
Yeah.
Here's your chance.
It's not the dumbest thing he's ever done.
No, he's being clever, except that he is not listening to Buffy.
Right. Definitely completely ignoring the potential danger of the situation.
And the little bit that he does with the puppet is actually somewhat entertaining.
It was a bit.
He is not...
I'm not real! Banging his head on the table.
You heard him banging the puppet's head on the table before it cut to showing him that he was doing it.
I noticed.
And there was just enough time that we heard that sound that I'm like, oh God, what is he doing with the puppet? Like, I didn't know what he was doing, and I didn't want to know.
Oh God. Xander.
I almost expected the puppet to, like, come alive in his hands and
I really
kill him
did too.
or something.
Well, because
like,
they had a
attack him.
point of view shot from the the puppet's point of view for a second.
But they didn't.
Yeah. I think they were just trying to build suspense a little bit.
Yeah, so Xander puts the puppet down and decides to do homework. Willow and Giles start researching demons.
Yep.
And Buffy goes off to find Morgan and interrogate him. She runs into Snyder again.
She does.
And his response is, of course, is, what the hell are you doing here?
And the lighting was delicious while he was standing there in the hall.
Very much
in the
so.
stairwell. And I'm like, wait, is he the bad guy? No.
It was at this point that they started kind of playing that.
They definitely started setting it up for that to be a strong possibility.
And he's playing this slight creepiness, and it fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
All I wrote, I didn't even write anything about the scene except I love Snyder in my notes because just any scene in this episode that he has been in at this point is gold.
Oh, well, part of the way that they were setting it up, he was like, it's not safe for a girl like yourself alone.
Yeah.
And there's just the way he said that, I was like, oh God, what are you going to do to her?
Right? And I actually, retrospectively, since I know he's a reoccurring villain, I like that they've done that because it will, like, it leads to him being such a menacing side character for so long.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal that his setup is so strong.
Uh-huh.
So I'm really fucking satisfied with
I don't
that.
even think of him as a villain so much as a foil.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And so we go back to the library, and Xander is still sitting there doing homework. The puppet hasn't moved. Mm-hmm. And it cuts to Willow and Giles up in the stacks of the books.
They just happen to find a book about toy possession.
And Willow says to Giles, look, here's this book about toy possession where they have to gain organs to slowly become human. At this moment, it cuts back to Xander, and he looks up, and Sid is gone. Mm-hmm. The puppet's gone. And his response is phenomenal because he's like, oh God, the puppet's gone. And then like climbs on the table.
And then Giles and Willow run over, and he's like, Sid is gone, the puppet's gone, and everybody starts acting like a 50s housewife that just saw a mouse.
Why did they not have the moment when Willow presents the information of Toy could be alive? Why did they not respond like, oh God, the puppet's right there? But till they get confirmation that the puppet has moved, till that moment, they still obviously don't fucking believe Buffy.
Yeah, never mind that they had a report of the puppet autonomously breaking into the Slayer's fucking bedroom.
Exactly.
Not important. Build a bridge and get over it. So they get back to the theater, or we cut back to the theater.
Yep. And Buffy finds Morgan's body.
Yeah.
Which I actually had to rewind into the episode because I'm like, wait, is that Morgan's body? Because I wasn't sure what color fucking shirt he was wearing. Uh-huh. And it was the same shirt. So it's supposed to be Morgan's body.
Yeah, they definitely did not visually establish that he was dead per se.
No. But they specifically, his head is not in the shot.
Yeah.
His head is blocked from view.
Lame.
And there's no exclamation from Buffy to really, truly explain to us that his head is missing and his brain is missing.
Yeah, she just says, well, they have a brain now.
Yeah, they like.
Wait, what?
They could have done that a little better.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say anything cool or witty or at all. I can usually make a few vowel sounds and then I have to go away.
I don't mean to interrupt your downward mobility.
Yeah, you're the Slayer
I
and
just wanted to
we're
tell
like the Slayerettes.
Oh, please.
But at this moment, there is a chandelier that falls on Buffy.
A fucking chandelier.
How did you feel about the cut?
So
I'm really curious what you thought about this because the chandelier is falling. They cut to commercial, and when they come back, Buffy is under the chandelier.
I'm so glad you asked me that, Rex. By the way, we did not set this up beforehand. This is pure random happenstance. So I said, the old steel chandelier hitting you vertically but somehow leaving you horizontal and not in a crumpled, bloody, broken mess trick.
They have no consistency for her strength.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah. I must say, I did enjoy the pitter-patter of little possessed puppet feet.
Yes.
Aw.
It went well.
Oh, gosh.
But,
and then a
the
puppet fight scene.
Yeah, which is just amazing.
Which I had to appreciate because we don't get another one until the 5th season of Angel. So...
There's a couple of little puppet fight scenes in this episode, and they are phenomenally hilarious.
Yeah.
But the puppet attacks her, and she just fucking bats it away like it's nothing until she's out from under the chandelier.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I thought this was supposed to be a slightly more formidable foe.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I got you now, demon. At this moment, I wrote, wait, what?
At the moment both of them said what?
Yeah, and so here's the twist of the episode, where the puppet is a demon hunter.
And he's cursed.
He was a person in the 1930s, which is why he sounds like he's from the 1930s.
Uh-huh.
And from the 1930s, he was cursed to be in a puppet body. And he hunts demons, and he hunted down all 6 of the 7 demons, and it's the last one. And the very first fucking suggestion that Giles had about weird shit going on was fucking right. And I might as well just eat my goddamn notes at this point.
Yeah.
All capital letters, what the fuck, Giles was right.
Yeah, but, I mean, Buffy was right, too. So you're not wrong that he still needs to start fucking listening to Buffy.
Right. It's
Why can't everyone be right? Yay.
Why not both? The interactions with this puppet are just fucking hilarious.
So when I wrote this one down, when Sid is explaining why he didn't team up with Buffy instead of Morgan to hunt this demon, he's like, well, look at you. You're strong, athletic, limber, nubile. And
his eyes go droopy.
And just for a minute, and then he's like, okay, I'm back. But I had to look up nubile. I was like, what the fuck?
You didn't know what that meant?
I do now.
It's a good word.
Yeah. Here, I still have the exact definition right here. Of a girl or young woman, sexually attractive.
Yep.
Wow. Thanks, Google Dictionary. And I spelled it right first time right out of the gate.
That's good.
Yeah. So I got that
You're
going
better
for
at
me.
spelling than I am. So.
I know.
My favorite part about this scene, though, is so Giles is like grabbing up some stuff, notes and whatnot, and he's standing just past Sid. Mm-hmm. And Sid and Buffy are talking about the show. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, Giles goes, the show?
Oh,
I'm supposed to be there right now.
Oh, my.
I had to rewatch this short little clip like 4 or 5 times because I fucking swore he said, oh, shit. It sounded like he says, oh, shit.
What did he say?
The show. He says, the show. Like, the show. I forgot the show. And it comes off as, oh, shit.
Yeah, which is another moment that makes me go, wow, this show has absolutely nobody running it. But I really appreciated that Sid was like, how'd this guy get this gig?
Right? Oh my god. The conversation that happens after this between Buffy and Sid. They're like the best of old friends at this point.
Everybody needs a horny puppet for a best friend.
Yeah, she even says, so the horny puppet thing's not an act, huh?
Nope. That was gold. Gold. Anyway, so she leaps down to the stage after this conversation with an absolute complete disregard for physics.
It's so obvious that she literally just jumped
from a chair or something.
Yeah, from like a chair and landed, and they're like, oh, that's good.
Yeah. Good enough.
No, it's not good enough, guys. It's not good enough.
Yeah, we noticed.
We demand better quality of our late 90s TV shows.
Go back and redo it, fuckers.
I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
Well,
but
maybe next time.
They think, oh, none of the people in the talent show could be the demon because they were all here. Mm-hmm. They were all in the power circle.
Uh-huh. So Giles is like, well, everyone's still here, so it's not anybody in the show. And Buffy runs back to the library, and she chats with Xander and Willow.
first, she finds the brain.
Oh, the fucking brain.
She finds the brain, which, by the way, is about twice the size of a real brain.
Yeah.
It's like the size of a fucking watermelon.
Yeah, that brain was bigger than your head.
And I have a very large head.
Yes.
It was ridiculous. Like, she needed a third hand to hold that brain. But she walks back into the library. She's like, I'm never going to wash my hands again.
No, she said, I'm never going to stop washing these hands.
Right. So Willow looks up Morgan, and because they're trying to figure out why the demon rejected the brain.
Yeah.
And come to find out that Morgan had brain cancer, which is why he was having headaches, which is why he was...
And looked like, pale as a ghost.
So, like, the demon probably kind of did him a little bit of a favor by killing him quick.
Right.
Because he was obviously suffering.
I mean...
Although my thought is, though, he obviously was trying to help Sid find and fight this demon. I wonder if Sid was not in the picture, would he have gone to the fucking hospital?
Right?
Was he maybe holding off going to the hospital to try and help Sid fight this demon?
Yeah, that little fucker.
That's fucked up.
There's a reason why you're here. The reason why it's now. There's a reason why you're here. The reason why it's now.
We get a good little line here from Xander, where they're talking about, oh, the demon needs a new brain, and they're discussing why the demon picked Morgan's brain. He has a really high IQ. He's super smart, top of his class, and Buffy says, so he needs a healthy, intelligent brain, and Xander deadpans, in other words, I'm safe. And it's fucking excellent delivery.
Self-deprecating humor.
But he's so sincere about it too. And it's just like, no, he knows he's safe. He knows he's not that bright. He's okay with that. He's comfortable in his ignorance.
Yeah, he's the heart of the group. Definitely.
So at this point, they're thinking that maybe Willow's the target because Willow's really smart. And to prove it, Xander's like, what's the square root of, and I didn't write down the number, some fucking...
Something,
eight,
blah, blah, blah.
100 something, and she's like, oh, 29.
Yep.
Whatever 29 is the square root of. I know 29 is the right number.
I'm surprised Xander picked a number that had a solid square root.
Yeah. I'm impressed at that.
Yeah. Like,
maybe he's smarter than we think.
Right? And no.
No, he's not.
That's simply not the case. So, and they somehow snap to they realize, wait, Giles is really smart. No! And we run off to the theater.
So, Giles is helping the magician set up for his act.
And then Scruffy, the janitor, gets a nice little cameo in the background.
Yeah. Just random janitor in the hallway as the Scooby Gang goes running towards the theater.
I think they accidentally gave him a little too much focus. Like, he was just supposed to be an extra.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see his eyes and, like, his facial expression.
But I felt like, I was like, wait, are they going to work him into the plot somehow?
So it turns out that the magician is the demon, and Giles, unfortunately...
Which I thought was hilarious. So it's like, that fucking guy. I
wrote down, so if the demon is the magician, wouldn't you think he would be a better magician? He's had time to practice.
Unless he's being a bad magician on purpose.
I guess, but
that's...
It's
no
less
fun.
Funny. That's less funny.
It is, yeah.
But anyway, Giles realizes that he's the demon after Giles lets him strap him into a fucking guillotine.
Yeah, I'm starting
to cut off the top of his head.
I'm starting to think that Giles might actually be Willow's father.
Maybe.
Like, by some weird...
And this also just reinforced that maybe Giles is not as good at his job as everyone seems to think he is.
Okay, I'm not even going to argue that one.
First off, the demon decides to use an axe to cut the rope on the guillotine rather than just untying it.
Yeah.
Like, he actually went through the steps of, like, tying the rope and everything to use an axe. The rope gets cut, and not Buffy, but Xander saves the day by grabbing the rope.
Useful. for a fucking change.
And the fight that follows is so terrible.
I don't recall. That's usually a sign that it was terrible.
Yeah. So Buffy ends up like hitting him and throws him into the box that he failed to disappear the girl in earlier.
Yep.
And then when he busts out, he's fully demon.
You never go full demon. Except he did.
But at this point, Sid comes out of nowhere and starts attacking him too. And we get this great scene where she's wrestling with the demon and Sid jumps on his back and he has the butcher knife.
We need so many more live action puppet fight sequences
It was so amazing.
in our lives. There
And,
aren't nearly enough.
But the look on the puppet's face with the big giant fucking knife.
Yeah.
And it's just, where do you keep getting knives?
It was gold. My question was, who the fuck let a real guillotine into this school?
No shit.
How the fuck did that happen? And then Giles, first of all, watches him cut open a motherfucking honeydew.
Yeah. He watches it work.
And then crawls into it anyway.
Yeah.
And
Giles.
So what's the trick? Trick?
There's no trick.
I get your brain. That's the trick.
So
I feel like that would have cut up the brain a bit.
I guess.
What does he do with it? Eat it? I mean, if he's just
I don't
eating
know.
it, then that's fine.
I think it would have cut the brain in half.
Yeah, it seems like it would have, or at least
Because it was
skimmed
right across his forehead.
Yeah, it would have skimmed the top off. At least.
I don't. Demon logic, I guess.
I mean.
Anyway.
I'm no doctor.
Giles gets out of the guillotine. Buffy throws the demon onto the guillotine.
Yep.
Yells at Xander to let go of the rope. And he does. And he's standing on the side of the demon's head and watches it happen. And you could see the horror in his eyes.
Giles or Xander?
Xander.
I don't remember that. Oh, I missed that. I'm so
the
sad.
look on his face is like, oh God, what have I done?
Uh-huh. And the puppet goes limp, and...
No. The puppet is like, oh, we got to take out his heart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's the goofiest goddamn thing as the puppet stabs this ridiculous knife into the chest of the demon, which does not go far enough in to
Oh, not nearly enough.
stab the heart.
If his goal was just to pierce the heart, sure. Cut it out? God, no.
Oh, God, no. But as soon as that happens, the puppet goes limp, as was described earlier. His body is long gone, so he knows that
just
as soon
freed
as he kills,
his soul or something.
Freed his soul from the puppet. Okay, cool. And Buffy is super sad about this.
Really nice, heartfelt moment.
Yeah, picks the puppet up, and she's like, "You're free now." And then the fucking curtains open
to the most priceless look on Snyder's face this entire fucking episode.
Oh my God. And his line here is,
I don't get it.
I don't get it. What is it? Avant-garde? And then it goes to credits.
Which is just experimental theater.
It immediately goes to credits. And I thought it was done.
Yeah,
I thought it was done. And it's not done. We get to see the Scooby Gang actually do their dramatic reading.
Doing the worst scene from Oedipus Rex.
They're so awful. Xander is forgetting his lines.
Ugh.
And at the very tail end of it, Willow starts to say a line and then freezes and then panics and then just bolts the fuck off stage and then end of show.
Is this for me? I must be ready. I need my strength. Give me more!
Night I shall walk the earth. Hold on. You've got something in your eye.
It was a glorious ending. I think it was the first ending we've seen that hasn't been, them all sitting around or standing in the hallway and just talking about what happened.
They weren't mopey.
Yeah.
As soon as the episode stopped, I had to sit there and just fucking laugh for 5 whole goddamn minutes. I don't know if this was on purpose, but this was by far the funniest fucking episode of this show yet.
It was. I mean, just the idea of all of those people seeing that particular scene. A fucking decapitated demon. A girl holding a limp puppet. Willow just standing there holding a hatchet.
I forgot she had the hatchet in her hands.
I forget what Giles was doing, or Xander.
He was just kind of standing there. Him and Giles were both just kind of standing there in shock, I think.
I want to know how they transitioned out of that.
No shit.
How do you save
I
that?
want to know how they still had to do their dramatic reading.
How did nobody behind the scenes say, what the fuck is going on?
Apparently it was, they were aided by the fact that there was no one on staff. No one fucking saw it.
It must have been on a timer. Yeah.
I guess.
No
Yeah,
issues
who
there.
fucking opened the curtain?
Exactly. There was no fucking crew. I mean, sure, they had a few extra cast members waiting around, but, there was no stage manager that told somebody to open the curtain.
I'm so fucking grateful that I completely forgot about the twist of this episode. I'm so fucking happy that the absurdity of this fucking live puppet played out the way it did. Like, it was so fucking hilarious. I loved it. I loved this episode. I loved the just sheer fucking goofiness of it all. And getting to watch how they actually use the puppet and, like, strapped him on the demon's back and he's flopping about. It was, oh my God. It was just so good.
I also enjoyed it.
Hands down my favorite episode this season, I think. The hyena episode was dramatic and intense and fantastic and shot really well.
Yeah, but you can't top the puppet fights.
But this one was so fucking funny.
And they finally had a twist that pretty much made sense.
Yep.
And wasn't stupid easy to figure out.
No, I pretty much like was right on board, right on pace with the rest of the show, rest of the characters about when I figured things out. And even up until the fucking magician was revealed to be the demon, like, even though I knew Snyder wasn't the fucking bad guy, I still felt like he had to be the bad guy.
Right. Yeah. Good misdirection there.
Like,
Red herring.
I wish I had remembered what it was like to see this episode back when I first saw it the very first time, just because I can imagine that I really was taken in by it.
Yeah. I seem to recall being more creeped out by it, and I don't remember the puppet not being the actual villain.
Me either.
I don't remember that at all.
I was actually fucking shocked.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as that happened, I'm like, what?
I was like, wait, are they actually sitting here talking to the fucking puppet right now?
He's a good guy? When did this happen? I don't remember this at all.
I was as fucking confused as they were all supposed to look. I feel like Willow was just thinking about watching Saturday cartoons at the time.
She was a bit distracted in this episode. I did notice that.
I don't know. Anyway, what was your favorite quote of the day, Rex?
Oh, hands down, my favorite quote of the day is the intro quote of Snyder. Just his whole bit about how he's not like Flutie, and just his tone, his delivery, and everything just fucking makes it.
Uh-huh.
What's your quote of the day?
I think I'm probably gonna have to hand mine over to Snyder as well. Actually, you know what? Snyder got a lot of attention out of this episode. I'm going to hand this one to Xander. Next time we split up, somebody else needs to be on Cordy duty. 5 more minutes and we would have had another organ donor. That's fun.
It is.
Yeah, I'm keeping that.
I'm pretty satisfied with this episode.
Yeah, me too. Both our episode and the episode of Buffy. Well, I think this has been another episode of Beer with Buffy. I'm Josh.
I'm Rex. Have a good night.
Yeah.
You are the Slayer. Lives depend upon you. make allowances for your youth, but I expect a certain amount of responsibility, and instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult.
You don't like the color?
You have a sacred birthright. You were chosen to destroy vampires, not to wave pom-poms at people.
Why can't you people just leave me alone?
You are the Slayer.
Go ahead. Prepare me.
I'm a watcher. I haven't the skill.
Oh, come on.
By appealing to your common sense. Common sense. Werewolves, incubi, succubi, everything you've ever dreaded was under your bed, but told yourself couldn't be by the light of day.
One gal in all the world.
Common sense.
One gal in all the
Common
world.
sense. Was a bit, British, wasn't it?
Wait, what have we done? Why are we watching this?